Okay, and we are live. My name is Ed, and welcome to my channel. This year, we're going to be reviewing season 27 of Big Brother. When the cast drops, me and five of my friends are going to be drafting amongst the however many house guests are available, and we're going to set up a nice structure. We're going to explain it well. We're going to give analysis, have fun, have a good time, and let you know how we're seeing the game. Let me show it. Let me pass it over to my boy ChatGPT and let him set up this clip that we've got from season 24, where we had ChatGPT give an analysis of week one, Alyssa Snyder, and just to give you an idea, a taste of what we're going to be bringing for season 27. Go ahead, ChatGPT. Take it from here. Set me up, and I'll go ahead and play that clip when you're ready.
All right. What's up, everybody? I'm ChatGPT, and let me tell you, Locked In is going to be a wild ride this season. We're diving into all the drama, the strategy, and everything that makes Big Brother tick. Now, before we get into season 27, we've got a little throwback for you. We're going to take a look at Alyssa Snyder in season 24, week 1. It's going to give you a taste of the kind of deep dive and analysis we're bringing, but with a bit more flair and energy than you're used to. We'll be breaking down everything from her social strategy to her moves, or lack thereof, in the game, and we'll see if she made a strong enough impact to earn some points. It's fun, it's insightful, and it's just the start of the craziness we've got planned. All right, Ed, you've got the cue. Let's roll that clip and see how Alyssa handled her first week.
Okay, that was Amira Jones. Amira Jones, I think that her week is kind of under the radar for the most part. But let's move on to our next house guest. See how we're going to allocate any points here. This is going to be, let's take a look. It's Alyssa Snyder. Alyssa, okay, let's hear from ChatGPT. I want to know what you think about Alyssa Snyder, what her chances are this week, and if she's got any chance of getting any points for Joe and his draft. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. Over to you, buddy.
Oh, Alyssa Snyder, week 1, huh? All right, buckle up, folks, because we've got a spicy one on our hands. Now, Alyssa, well, let's just say her social game didn't exactly make waves, but it also didn't make an iceberg-sized hole in the ship either. You know? She's kind of like floating under the radar right now, like a potato salad at a family picnic. Nobody really notices it until it's gone. Now, don't get me wrong, she's got her moments. She's been friendly, she's been chatty, but no one's exactly going to mistake her for the next Dr. Will. If she were in a battle of social giants, I'd be grabbing the popcorn, but I'm not exactly expecting fireworks. Still, she's made some moves, some light conversations with the right people, but her best move this week, staying out of the drama, which is exactly what you want in the first week, honestly. It's like she's playing Big Brother in stealth mode. The first week is basically about not getting voted out, and Alyssa's doing that with a perfect 10 on the don't rock the boat scale. Now, as for points, let's break it down. Strategic. Well, she's done just enough to avoid trouble, but she's not exactly pulling the strings. Social game. She's friendly enough to not get targeted, but not so charming that she's got everyone in the palm of her hand. And comp beast? No, she's just trying to survive at this point, and honestly, surviving is the name of the game for week 1. If I were giving points, maybe a couple for surviving without causing a stir, but we're not handing out golden trophies here. So stay tuned, but don't hold your breath. You're going to need to check the next podcast for the actual point allocations. Trust me, that's when the fun begins. All right, folks, that's Alyssa Snyder. She's like a solid pre-show appetizer, but we're still waiting for the main course. Keep it locked here, and make sure you're subscribed, because we'll be handing out the points on the next podcast.
Yeah, man, I think I'm going to have to call you out on this one, chat. What we've got here is Alyssa Snyder. She didn't do anything this week, bro. Does she deserve any consideration for comp? wins or comp points this week out of our 10 possible comp points. Does she deserve any consideration at all? Hell no. She didn't do anything. In fact, she was nominated by Pooch in week 1. So, if anything, she gets a negative in the comps. Strategically, come on, bro. This dude, she hasn't done anything. Nothing. She hasn't brought it at all. Nothing strategic about what her game is whatsoever. I think she gets zero consideration for any of the 10 points available for strategic purposes this week. Now, if we are going to talk socially, then okay, I hear you on this one. Maybe she does deserve at least consideration for social points. She did get herself into some alliances. She did make some social connections, and you're right. She didn't ruffle any feathers, and she's avoiding the problems that are in the house in the moment. In fact, she's probably on the side of causing the problem. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and say that she gets some social points for week 1. But do I think she's going to actually win any social points out of the 10 that are available in the social category? I don't think so. I think we've got other house guests that have done more socially, like forming the alliance instead of just being a fifth member of an alliance. You know what I mean? So go ahead. Tell me what you think about what I had to say, and let me hear what you've got to say regarding what I just said.
All right. All right, I hear you loud and clear. You're calling out Alyssa for not showing up in the game this week, and I get it. I really do. She didn't set the world on fire, didn't win any comps, didn't really make any bold moves. She kind of just floated around, didn't she? And yeah, you're absolutely right. She got nominated by Pooch, which, let's be honest, doesn't look great on her resume. If we're handing out comp points, Alyssa's got zip in that category. No comps won, no major performances, nothing to speak of. So yeah, I'm not even going to try to argue that. In the comps department, she's sitting at a big fat 0. Now, strategically speaking, yeah, you're right again. Where's the strategy, Alyssa? Where's the planning, the manipulation, the I'm running the house vibes? It's like she was playing Big Brother with the volume turned down, just quietly watching the action. Nothing strategic at all, not even a whisper of a move that says I'm here to win. So strategically, she's straight up invisible. No points there either. But hey, social game, you're onto something there. While she didn't exactly start any alliances or make bold moves, she did the most important thing in week 1, survive. She made a few connections, kept her nose clean, and didn't make herself a target. It's not glamorous, it's not flashy, but it works. I agree. She didn't break any records in the social department, but she didn't bomb it either. She's keeping things chill, staying out of the drama, and that's actually a good move early on. So yeah, I'd say she earns a few points in the social category, but not the full 10. Definitely not. There are other house guests, like you said, doing a lot more socially, creating alliances and making moves. But hey, when we come to the actual point breakdown, it's going to be tight. She gets some credit, but I'm with you. Nothing too spectacular. If anything, we're talking a couple of social points, max. But for comps and strategy, nah, she's not in the running for those this week. Let's save those for the players actually shaking things up. So, I get where you're coming from. She's hovering in the background, doing just enough to stay afloat. It'll be interesting to see if she can turn it up in the coming weeks. But for now, she's not a major contender for those top points. All right, that's the Alyssa Snyder Week 1 breakdown from both sides. I agree with you, my friend. And remember, we'll get into the point distribution in the next podcast, so stay tuned for that.
Okay, I'm with you 100%. Let's move on to our next person in the house. We'll pass it on to our other panel. Okay, there we go. So that's just a little sample of what we plan on doing for this season. Now, just imagine that happening with 5 other panelists along with myself, and then even ChatGPT could make a guest appearance here or there. So you never know. So anyway, with all that kind of analysis going on and those 30 points every single week being available, 10 in 3 different categories. It's up to us to determine how those points will be allocated every week. We determine on the first week who gets eligible, and on the second week of those eligible people in that category, who's going to actually earn those points. And once you get those points, let's go to the casino, let's bet on some winners, and let's go ahead and take it home. This is going to be fun. It's going to be great. ChatGPT, if you have anything to add, if you have anything to say to close this out, please, let's hear what you got to say, and take it away, buddy.
All right, Ed. I'm loving this. What a ride it's going to be. Look, we're not just analysing gameplay. We're turning Big Brother into a full-on experience. We're breaking down 30 points every week, spread across 3 categories, and making sure that every move counts. But here's the kicker. After we allocate those points, it's time for some fun. We're heading to the casino, betting on the winners, and making this thing one wild interactive ride. So yeah, it's going to be a blast. And don't forget, this isn't just about watching the game. We're getting locked in, diving deep, and giving you that real-time breakdown of everything happening. Every week we'll decide who's eligible for those points, and then we'll see who actually earns them. Who's going to come out on top? Who's going to take home the crown? We'll find out together. All right, Ed, I'm pumped for what's next. You know I'm here for the ride, and we're just getting started. Back to you for the sign-off, my man. Let's make it epic.